Hi everybody and welcome back to my homestead. I'm Miss Lori and this is Whippoorwill Holler. If this is the first time you've been with us, thank you so much for coming over. And welcome to our homestead and welcome to my kitchen. Today is a very special day. I'm making a video and I'm joining in with some wonderful people. It's Women of Faith collaboration, and Miss Darlene, she has a channel and some of y'all probably already know her. She's over there at Super at 60. It's Souper. I hope I spelled that right. At 60. Y'all need to go check her out. And I'll put her link down below in my description box so you can find her a lot easier. But she asked me if I would join in with this Women of Faith collaboration and just do maybe some kind of a summertime dessert. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I want to thank you, Darlene, for asking me to join in with it. It really fills my heart and just with so much love, and I want to thank you. So let's get started, and we're going to make a cherry coconut pineapple dream bars. It kindly reminds you of the Hello Dolly bars, but just a little bit different version. And this has got some fruit in it, and it's just really good stuff. So let's get started. And I want to thank you again, Miss Darlene, for asking me to join in on this. Like I said, it fills my heart, and I just love being around so many women that I think we're here to help each other and to encourage each other and just be there for each other. So let's get started on our dessert. I think y'all really gonna like it. Okay, let's start with our crust. I've got a cup of all-purpose flour. We're going to put in a third of a cup of sugar. Now, if you want to, you can use a sugar substitute. This is an old peanut butter jar, old Skippy peanut butter jar, and it has measurements on it, and I use it all the time to measure my dry ingredients. You can't see it, but on the bottom it says Skippy on it. I found it at a flea market, and I use it all the time. I just love it. I'm just going to mix the flour and sugar up a little bit, get it incorporated. Then we're going to put in a half a cup of room temperature softened butter. And this is just like a shortbread crust. You don't want it melted, you just want it soft at room temperature. And that's all there is to it, to the crust. And we're just going to incorporate this butter into the flour and sugar mixture. And the one thing you don't want to use is you don't want to use a pastry cutter like this with softened butter. You want to use it with really cold frozen butter because it'll just stick to your pastry cutter, just be a big mess. So I'm going to grab a fork and I'm just going to work this soft butter into my dry ingredients. And you just want it to look kind of like if you were making a pie crust or biscuits or something like that. You just want to cut that butter in there good. Okay, we got our crust mixture mixed up really good now. So now we're going to grab our 9 by 13 baking pan, and put it in there. We're just adding all this crust to my non-stick 9 by 13 baking pan. And I'm just going to take my hands and I'm just going to spread it out. You can take the back of a measuring cup or something like that and press it out. You just want to make sure that it's as even as you can get it. Sometimes if I'm not careful, the middle will be thinner than the outside edges. So I try to get it as even as I can. And just kind of press it down with your hands. And this is going to go in a 350 oven for about 15 minutes. Okay, our crust is cooled off, so now we're going to start our filling for our dream bars. We're going to start with 2 eggs. Pretty fresh eggs. The yolks are so thick and so orange. So healthy. We're just going to whip these up real good. I hope y'all have a good Memorial Day weekend and a safe one for sure. So mix them up till they're pretty thick. We're going to put in 2/3 cup of sugar and stir that up. We're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla. If you wanted to, you could put in a teaspoon of coconut extract instead of vanilla. That would be good. And we're going to put in a teaspoon of baking powder. And just blend that up good. And we need a 1/3 cup of flour. Just all-purpose flour. And if y'all remember, the recipe called for 1 1/3 cups of flour. This is the 1/3 cup. The 1 cup went in the crust. And just stir that up good. And I need a pinch of salt, so I'm going to have to find my salt. You see how that's thickening up a little bit. So let's go get our salt. I'm just using my pink Himalayan salt. I use it in all my cooking and baking pretty much. I either use it or I use sea salt. Now I've got 8 ounces of crushed pineapple here that I drained the juice out of. And we're not going to stir it too much. We're just going to kind of fold all this in together. And I've got 1 1/2 cups of sweetened, flaked, or shredded coconut. And just kind of fold it in two. And it's starting to get thicker and thicker. This is starting to smell so good. I've got 1/3 cup of chopped up maraschino cherries. I'm sorry, not a third of a cup. I've got a half a cup of chopped up maraschino cherries. If you want to, you can put a few more cherries in there. I'm going to put about a cup of chopped up walnuts. You can use pecans if you want to. And just kind of fold them in. And this is our filling to our dream bar. The way these bars set up are just so perfect. They set up really well and so easy to pack and carry if you're taking them on a picnic or something like that. So now we're going to put our filling on our cooked shortbread crust. Get all this goodness out of here. I like my enamel bowl, mixing bowl. It was a gift from a beautiful friend. Thank you so much. And thank all of y'all for all the gifts y'all send me. The books, the cards, the letters, the seeds, the kitchen utensils, the handmade gifts that you send me, everything. It's just so wonderful and just, it blesses me so much. I thank y'all so much for it. If you want to put more cherries, you can see the cherries are just kind of far in between. I'm trying to spread them out a little bit where they're not all in one big clump. Just kind of spread them out there. And make sure you spread this out where it's as even as you can. Okay, going into a 350 oven for about 30 minutes. I'll check it after 20 minutes. Okay, guys, it's out of the oven. 30 minutes. I let it get crispy around the edge, let it get good and brown on top. And we'll let it cool just a little bit. And then we'll cut into it. How about that? We'll have to taste it, of course. I'm going to try to cut this. Just kind of go around the edges. And you can cut them whatever size you want to. If you want bigger sizes or smaller sizes, or because they are little, they're just a little rich, not too bad. I'm going to try to get these pieces out. I'm going to cut some bigger than others and some smaller than others. Well, we got our dream bars done. They look really pretty and they taste really good. That crust is so good. Y'all really gonna like this. Easy to make. You can take this weekend or Monday, because I'm gonna say and tell you a happy Memorial Day before I forget. We're gonna be here on the homestead. We're not gonna get out very far, but we wish y'all a really good one and safe one. Y'all try this recipe because you're really gonna love it. It's good stuff. So remember, go down in my description box below the videos. There's a little arrow that you click on and it brings it down, and that's where my recipes, my information, and where you'll get the links to Miss Darlene at Super at 60, Women of Faith. Beautiful collaboration. So y'all try these. And guys, let's keep our minds and our hearts and our prayers for those families and those poor little babies in the incident that happened in Texas. It's such a sad thing. The good Lord loves them babies, and them babies is with the good Lord. But we have to give prayers and strength to the mamas and daddies and grandpas and uncles and aunts and sisters and brothers to these babies, because their hearts are so broken. So, prayers for them. So y'all come back and see us in a couple of days. We love y'all, and God bless.